Ron Miller's got the hammer down. Ron Miller's got the hammer down. Ron Miller's got the hammer down, racing hard to every town. Watch Ron Miller's hammer down. He's a co-host with the racing show. The co-host with the racing show. He's a co-host of the racing show. Knows every track, every foe, the coast of the show. Ron Miller's got the hammer down. Ron Miller's got the hammer down. Ron Miller's got the hammer
the Hammer Down Racing Report. And now your hosts, Scott Hammer and Ron Miller.
Welcome, race fans, to the Hammer Down Racing Report. Show number 408. Final one of 2025.
Scott, it's just July, isn't it?
It was yesterday.
Oh, man.
Show number 408 for Thursday, December 18th. Scott Hammer, Ron Miller coming at you live on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch from the Dominator Race Products Studios. Tonight on the show, we'll be speaking with Montpelier Speedway champions. All four of them are going to be joining us tonight.
That's pretty exciting.
Start with Clayton Bryant here in a little bit, the modified champion. Tony Anderson, we spoke to him several times before. He's got another championship there in the Super Stocks. Ervin Turner, the Street Stock champion, and Josh Gamblin, the Hornet champion. So it'll be,
maybe you need to go down to Montpelier and dethrone him.
Throwing Tony. I did beat him in a heat race. I was looking at the results a couple times I was there.
Yeah?
I did finish ahead of him in a heat race.
Ooh, baby.
I was proud of myself. I think that was the heat race I won.
Ooh.
So, yeah, I beat the champion. Can't say that very often. Tonight, I guess before we get to all the giveaways, we have some breaking news, which isn't really breaking anymore. I'm sure you've heard about it, unfortunately.
All over the internet.
Yeah, well, that deserves this. The breaking news graphic. Earlier this morning, let's get rid of that. Greg Biffle and family killed in a plane crash. Plane was owned by Greg Biffle, and it crashed at Statesville Regional Airport in Statesville, North Carolina this morning. The Iredell County Sheriff's Office said they're fatalities, but at the time, earlier this morning, could not confirm how many, and they didn't name the people on board. And then Garrett Mitchell, otherwise known as Cletus McFarland, confirmed the news that everybody was fearing there, that, he said, quote, "Unfortunately, I can confirm Greg Biffle, his wife Christina, daughter Emma, and son Ryder were on that plane. Because they were on their way to spend the afternoon with us. We are devastated. I am so sorry to share this." And then Kenny Wallace, who we've spoken to on the show before too, a couple times, posted a few minutes later that Craig Wadsworth, his motorhome driver for 6 years, was also on the plane. And I think there was a sick. I thought I heard there's 6 that were on the plane now. So I'm not sure who the 6th one was.
Yeah.
So. A lot to take in today, a lot to follow.
A lot of downer news lately. Just makes you want to turn the TV off.
Yeah, or just hit reset and start a new year.
Yeah.
But, so any more news on that, of course, we'll share on Hammer Down Racing Report, as we had been all day. If you would like to win some stuff, I don't know how you transition from that story to let's give stuff away. We do have DCR graphics. We're not doing the sticker this week, although we could probably throw it in. But, I was talking to Dale. We could throw the sticker in. But you're also going to get your choice of a Dale Cole Jr. T-shirt, your choice of size, and he's got black, red, and blue is the colors. Or he also has a die cast. Here's what it looks like.
Really?
Of his late model there that he never did run this year, that he was going to run because he had motor problems. Of course, you see the Hammer Down Racing Report logo there on the front of that, but you have your choice. You can have that or a T-shirt. All you have to do is put hashtag DCR in the comments of the Facebook Live or the YouTube Live, And I forgot to type that in earlier today. I probably should have done that. But, yeah, so just hashtag DCR to win the DCJR. That's going to be Dale Cole Jr.
Okay.
Shirt or die cast. Your choice.
And
the sticker. And I took the sticker part out of this already, so screw it. So right there it is, hashtag DCR to win that Dale Cole Jr. shirt or diecast. All you have to do is type in the pound DCR in the comments once and only once of the Facebook Live, YouTube Live, or Twitch, and you're in the drawing. Speaking of which, let's start.
You're showing your age there, Scott, the pound sign.
Well, we have some older listeners and hosts.
Hey, I know it's a hashtag. Don't start.
Fair enough. So we'll do that drawing at the end of the show. You will have 3 days to claim that. So he's got a quick turnaround on that. So you want to be listening if you do win, so that you know you won. Because we're not going to hold your hand and reach out to you and say, "Hey, you won, get your prize." It's up to you. Got to take some responsibility. We do a lot of work, and we don't get really paid anything for it. Actually, nothing. This takes our time, but we enjoy doing it, so it's cool. I digress.
It's all for the good of motorsports.
Yeah, Speedy Sponsor question of the week last week for a chance to win one of these guys, a Speedy Sponsor sticker. The question was, what states do the Ohio Valley Late Model Dirt Series run in? And the answer was, which could be found at speedysponsors.com, Ohio, Kentucky, Pennsylvania, and West Virginia.
No surprises there.
And our winner, Perry Cox.
Ooh.
Congratulations, Perry Cox. You have a Speedy Sponsor sticker. You have 30 days to claim that from Ron Miller Race Cars, or get a hold of me and we'll figure it out for you. Get it to you. So congratulations, Perry Cox, on that. Next week's question, well, actually, it's next show's question, I guess.
Yeah. Like a year from now.
Well, next year, yes. So you have until next year to get this, the answer in. You have until 3 o'clock on Thursday. I think it's January 8th is our next show. That sounds right.
Yeah, Tuesday's January 6th.
So then the 8th, yeah. So you have till 3 o'clock on January 8th. Plenty of time to get in for this one. And we'll remind you at the end of the show, because this does involve having to go to another website. And if you're watching us live on your phone or something, that probably creates a little bit of a problem. We understand that. We don't want you to go anywhere. But the question is, who won the American Late Model Ironman Series feature at Lima Land on June 27th, 2025?
So
that answer is on speedysponsors.com.
And somebody might even remember it.
And somebody could remember
it.
But you have to go there to enter.
But they have to go to Speedy Sponsors to enter. Absolutely.
So you can go there, find out the answer. If you go on Lima Land's profile, the answer's probably on that page, hint. And then scroll to the bottom of the page, any of the pages on speedysponsor.com, and look for the link that says win with an exclamation point. Click on that, put your name in, put your email address in, and put your guess in, and you'll be in the drawing. Or if you're the only one to enter, you will win the Speedy Sponsor sticker if you have the answer correct. So there you go. And we'll remind you again at the end of the show that you do have until July 8th. We'll announce the winner then. Are you looking for car parts, repairs, or full-on build? Whether it's race car, or classic cruiser, or just a broken bolt that won't budge, Ron Miller Race Cars in Lambertville, Michigan has the tools, talent, and experience to get you back on track. I promise this will be the last time I read this one for you.
Okay.
We'll get you a new one.
Well, and I've got a couple things I want to add anyway.
Well, then we'll skip the over 500 years of experience, and you can go ahead.
Oh, good. Thank you. Christmas is coming up, Scott, really soon, and Christmas is a great time for the racer in your family or your favorite race car driver to buy him either a gift certificate or safety equipment, which is always appreciated. And there's over a half a dozen race shops in the area that can take care of you. Dippman Motorsports, One Stop Speed Shop, Noonan Performance Machine, Ruhlman Race Cars, Wallace Racing Products, and, of course, Ron Miller Race Cars. And we will be able to get product in up through next Tuesday at all of those businesses. After next Tuesday, FedEx and UPS are pretty much buried. So,
but what about the gift certificates?
Oh,
Those right up until Christmas. You can get them on Christmas Day, I bet.
I'll bet you can. And really, any of those shops can give you a receipt that says paid in full, paid to whoever. And
so you pick the amount.
That's right.
And then you can give it to whoever, and they can
That's
get
right.
parts.
That's right.
Or service.
Exactly right.
I could use some of those.
Any one of those 6 area race shops can help you out.
I like that. You guys all teaming up together?
Hey, we got no enemies.
There you go. Turn heads with wraps and decals from DCR Graphics. Full wrap start at just $425. They can even put it on for you. Schedule installation for a small additional charge. Looking to promote your brand or race team? Get 8 custom diecasts for just $135. Available for late models, sprints, modifieds, and stocks. They've expanded their lineup, too, from crew gear and T-shirts to hoodies, flags, and hats. DCR Graphics make sure your whole team looks sharp at the track. And don't forget to grab your Hammer Down Racing Report sticker for just $5 from DCR Graphics there. Visit DCRgraphics.com or call 419-308-9523 to place your order today. DCR Graphics, where speed meets style. If you have one of those Hammer Down Racing Reports and you have a race car, slap it on your car, and you will be part of the Hammer Down Army next year if you send us a picture of it. We're now taking enlistments for next year.
Oh, yeah.
Next year's Army is now forming. Don't miss out.
Make sure you re-up.
Oakshade Raceway, also have to mention Oakshade Raceway, Dominator Race Products, Magic Moment Entertainment, Dippman Motorsports, as Ron had mentioned there earlier, and Freeze Frame Photos.
No, wait a minute. Dippman Motorsports got 2 mentions.
And Ron Miller Race Cars. Are you happy now?
Good job, Scott. Good job.
Let's talk about a little bit of racing that happened this past weekend, and then we'll get to our first guest here. So let's do our racing roundup. There's too many things on here now.
Racing Roundup.
No racing around here.
No.
Only racing is down under in Australia. And there's going to be a lot going on over the next 2 weeks. We'll talk about that later on in our racing menu. But this past weekend, looks like racing on Saturday. This past weekend, Albany Speedway, Caden Manders winning the sprint cars feature there, and Graham's McSweeney. I like that name, Graham McSweeney, the production sedan winner there. Murray Bridge Speedway in action. Mark Caruso winning the 360 Ellis Sprint Cars. Joel Chadwick, your winner in the wingless sprints, and Nick Hall, winner in the V6 sprints. And then Premier Speedway, also racing this past Saturday. Jock Goodyear winning in the sprint cars. Mick Nicola in the super sedans. I'd like to see Jock come over here and race. He wins a lot over there in Australia.
He'd probably like to come over here, too.
You think so? Yeah. There's some Americans heading over to Australia over the holidays here to race. So that'll be interesting to follow. A couple more commercials real quick. Dippin' Motorsports delivers the performance parts you need fast, whether you're at the track or the shop. They keep race cars moving with everything from complete motors and carburetors to full race-ready cars and dirt trucks. Their team brings expert advice and proven high-quality components to keep you competitive and ready for victory. Don't wait until race day to find the right parts or a new motor. Call 419-283-8580. Dippin' Motorsports, your track-side advantage. And from race day snapshots to custom gift items, Freeze Frame Photos delivers. Snag stunning action shots, celebrate your victory lane moments, and best of all, you can turn any of them into one-of-a-kind gifts. They have everything from custom canned koozies, tumblers, wood plaques, slate prints, magnets, buttons, and more. Customize them with your own photos and graphics. Call Charlie now, 419-407-6994, or visit freezeframephotos.redframe.com to check out all the photos they have to choose from. Freeze Frame Photos, special moments, frozen in time. You can't order yet on the website, but you can find the ones you want and then call Charlie and say, hey, I want these. I think they all have numbers on them.
Right.
I know the actual prints do. So, and that is your racing roundup here. Let's bring in our first guest. Clayton Bryant is waiting patiently for us.
We assume he's waiting patiently.
Well, I can see him. He looks like he's waiting patiently.
Oh, good.
So let's first get rid of this. We got to get rid of a camera. Got too much going on the screen. And there's Clayton. Clayton Bryant, congratulations.
Hey, thank you.
Let me make you bigger.
A little house cleaning.
I made myself bigger. There we go. We want to see you. You're the important guy. Congratulations, modified champion there at Montpelier. It's nice to see that track kind of coming back to life.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, the last couple years have been a big change over there. It's been great for the racers, great for the Sutter family. Ryan, we've raced with Ryan for several years, so it was awesome to see them get it. So
absolutely. So the final night, you only had a 7-point cushion going into that event. What was the strategy going into championship night, and then wait, 7 nights going into the final night, 5 points going into the weekend. Yeah, so you had a couple of nights there, pretty tight points racing. Did you even look at the points? What was the strategy?
yeah, so we were we were pretty focused on the points there at the end. But I decided that I was going to run both cars since they were running late models Friday and Saturday. I decided we'd take both cars, which was probably not a great idea. We ended up totaling the late model Friday night. No. Yeah, so that didn't go very good. I almost wasn't even really sure about getting back in the modified because it was a pretty hard hit. So yeah, it ended up resulting in me spinning out in the modified Friday night. I think we were running third or fourth. Spun out, had to go to the back. I think we ended up finishing somewhere in the top 10 the first night. So we still did not have a good points lead going into the final night. And then we ended up, I knew I was had to be pretty focused then Saturday. And I hit everything right Saturday, and I had a couple chances where I thought maybe we could actually win the race. And then I thought, I probably shouldn't push it very hard and just try to win the championship, because that was actually the first championship that I've won since I started racing. So
that's awesome.
Did you the first night after you had wrecked the late model, hopped in the modified? You said you were a little achy. Did it hurt while you were racing, or did
adrenaline?
Did it just kind of disappear?
Yeah, I actually I sat down behind the modified for about 10 minutes trying to catch my breath and see if I could even get in the modified to race. So I was in a lot of pain, and my arm kept going numb whenever I was racing. Well, about halfway through the race, I thought, well, I think I got a pretty good piece. I think I'm all right. And I wanted to get a little bit more point stretch. So I went in, Dylan Woodling was actually running the top, and I went in and kind of tried to slide him across the middle and just hit some crumbles, and ended up spinning out for the first time, and I don't even know how long. So that really topped off the night. So then we had to race our way back up a little bit just to try to gain as many points as we could. So I was hoping that after Friday night, we'd be in a lot safer spot, but we really weren't. So Saturday, I was pretty stressed trying to stay focused and trying to actually concentrate on winning a championship is not something that I've had to do in the past. We've never really raced for a championship in the past. So,
and you finished second, I believe, on Saturday, right?
Yes. Yep.
And ended up 21 points ahead of Todd Sherman there. That's a feat in and of itself to beat Mr. Sherman there in the modifieds.
Yep.
Did you go into the season thinking, let's try to do this, or did it just sort of play out?
It just kind of played out. I would say halfway through the season, I decided that, we were good enough in points, and I felt like we had a good enough piece. Then I started focusing on, okay, we could probably win the points if I have to hit my marks every week. And, you look at the competition at Montpelier on a weekly basis, there's 10 plus guys that are national winning, really fast, really competitive class over there. So trying to beat those guys every week and even run in the top 5 over there, it's tough.
Yeah.
Let's talk about this late model thing here, because I thought I saw that you just got this late model in September.
Yeah. So I've dabbled a little bit in the late model stuff. I'd like to do it more, but it's just our area isn't great for it, as far as there's just not that much running around us. So I've dabbled in it a few different times. I'll buy one and run it half the season and sell it. And so I actually just got that car and that was the second time racing it. And the car was really good. I mean, that was the second night racing it, and we fell back a little bit early, and I started pushing there at the end because I felt like we had a pretty good piece, and ended up jumping the cushion and kind of went airborne and just ejected me right into the wall. So
yeah, that wall that coming off of 4, it definitely jumps out and grabs you. It gets your attention.
Yeah, it does for sure.
Were you a little timid, like he was saying, when you got back in the modified? Were you kind of giving yourself a little bit extra cushion?
I really was. That was probably the hardest hit that I've ever taken by far. It was, and then trying to get in and have all the stress on trying to win the championship and getting back focused in the modified. And even whenever we're running good in the late model and the modified, and I didn't just total the car, it's still trying to adjust your mind, jumping back and forth from car to car. They drive so much different.
Right.
It usually takes me a few laps to get my mind trained back into how to drive. So
you started in the race in the modified, and like Scott said, were you timid? But I'm sure in the back of your mind, I don't want to do that again.
Yeah. Well, then I thought, I looped it in the same corner, and I thought for sure we were going to hit the same wall in the same spot. Like, look, it was just that same corner got me twice. So luckily we didn't end up tearing anything up. It was just kind of a pride thing spinning out, but it happened. So
how much of a relief was it to see that checkered flag Saturday night in the modified feature then?
It was pretty awesome because actually early on, then, me and Todd were both in the redraw. Todd ended up winning his heat race, I believe. And so he started, I got the worst pill draw. I think I ended up with 8th, and he started ahead of me, maybe 3rd or 4th. I can't remember exactly where. So I already knew that we had our work cut out for us because, if he would have won or finished up front and I fell back, that was pretty much it because I didn't have a very good lead. So me and Todd, and I think even Brennan, raced back and forth for several laps. Like, it took me several laps to get around them. That they were both running the bottom, I was running the top. So it was a pretty good race. It looked like Todd ended up falling back a little bit later on, but there for a while we were racing side by side. So that was pretty cool too. But I knew after I got around him that I had to keep him behind me and just focus on, because Jordan Weaver was leading, and then Dylan Newsbaum was running second, and then I was running third. And in my mind, I was like, really, I just need to stay focused on staying where I'm at, not pushing it too hard, taking any chances, just to secure the championship. So
when the checkered flag fell, did you know that you had won the championship?
Yeah, I was pretty positive because he would have had to beat me. Yeah. Todd would have had to beat me to win the championship. So,
okay.
Yep.
So how do you feel about points racing now that you have the championship? Is it something you look forward to doing again, or?
I honestly don't know if, and Todd is a really good points racer. I'm not. It's a different type of racing because had I not been racing for points, I would have went for the win that night. I felt like we had a good enough piece, and I would have taken a lot more chance. So I don't know for sure if I'm really cut out for the points racing. Obviously, we'll try to run as good as we can in points, but this year was a little bit different. You do a lot of different things whenever you're racing for points. So I'm not 100% sure if I'll continue to race for points. I guess if mid-season it ends up to where it was this season, where we were sitting really good in points, maybe we'll pursue it. And then, if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out, because points racing is definitely difficult.
You could miss the first couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Just
yeah, that's the plan.
Then go for the wins every week.
Yeah, there you go. Just sit out for a few weeks. And that's kind of what we used to do. I never really used to focus on the point stuff at all. So it definitely takes a lot less. It's definitely less stressful when you're just running for wins, and, if you win, you win. If not, whatever. That part is definitely a little easier than the points racing.
Your good friend Ryan Sutter says the Montpelier champ has a Kokomo shirt on.
You like that?
Yeah, he says we're going to have to address that.
Well, I was working on a car. I didn't want to get my Montpelier one dirty.
I see.
Oh, I should have worn. I got one of the Monster Mash shirts while we were there on Saturday. I should have been wearing that. You should have one of those.
Yeah, tell him he needs to hook me up. I don't even think I have a Monster Mash shirt.
So the late model, you said it's totaled. Is there plans to replace that? Is it done or?
I would love to. And I actually talked to Ryan a little bit early on about what the plans were over there for late model stuff. That's another thing that we have to kind of be smart about with our area not having a whole lot of late models. And I have younger kids that are starting to race, and I only have so much time and I can't travel a whole lot. So the late model thing for us is a little bit difficult with having to travel. So I talked to Ryan a little bit early about how many races and if it made sense for us to either rebuild that one or buy another one. I actually ended up selling that car. It needed to go back on the jig. A guy bought another late model from me and ended up buying that car. So if we end up going back late model racing, it'll be in a new car. But I'm not 100% sure. We haven't really made a final decision on that yet, but I would love to. The late models are it's definitely a game changer for sure from the modifieds. I love the modifieds because that's where I started, but the late models are just a whole different ball game.
So you've still got some late model stuff.
Yeah, I've still got some late model stuff.
So you could build a car around it if you had to.
I probably could do that. Yeah. We'll see though. We don't have any frames right now. So
what's, you kind of touched on it a little bit, but what are your plans for next year then?
We're definitely going to modified race. I'm actually going to dabble a little bit in something that I haven't raced at all. So my son started racing micros last year. He's just turned 12, and he actually won a race last year. So he's running restrictor micros at Peru. So I ended up buying a micro because I just, hate to sit out on Friday nights. And since they don't run anything other than micros over there, so I bought a micro that I'm actually going to run a little bit on Friday nights in the open class. So that's another change, I guess, for 2026 that we're going to run some micro stuff. I'll probably end up in some late model stuff at some point, whether it's mine or somebody else's. I'm not 100% sure yet, but we'll definitely run a full season of modified stuff for sure. We'll probably run almost every race that Montpelier runs. We'll run probably all of Eldora stuff. We'll start this season out at Volusia. We're building a new mod right now to go to Volusia for the Winter Nationals. So we'll start there.
Very nice. Any sponsors or team members you want to give a thank you to for helping you out this season?
Yeah, for sure. So this year was actually the first year that I had a pit guy for the full season. So Gabe McElhaney.
I would say that you should keep that because it seemed to work for you.
Yeah. It was actually great. I've always had a thing of I always just wanted to do it myself, and then I realized that it just doesn't work. There's too much to do. It's too stressful to try to do it all yourself, and especially when we're running two cars, it's just impossible. So Gabe came on this year. He's a young kid, super self-motivated, great worker. And that was a huge asset to us this year because then I could focus more on racing, concentrating on what the track was doing and things like that while he worked on the car. So that was great. Had a couple new sponsors this year come on. Geiger Machine was one of them, which was a huge asset to us. He was a new one. He's coming back on this year as well. Alternative Fuels has been with us for several years. He's always been a great asset. Kirk Potter with Potter's Lawn. He's been, I think, since the beginning. Apache Propane as well. J&A Innovations, they've been with us since the very beginning. Same with Premier Signs with our wraps. Our wraps are always spot on. Clayton Bryant, he's always done our wraps. In NBBJ Fence, they've been with us from the beginning as well. Mike Hawk with Hawk Farms. Zach Hawk actually races modifieds. So they are awesome people. A couple years ago, Florida, I didn't even have a trailer to go to Florida. They said, come get our spare trailer, load your stuff up. We weren't even going to go. So We end up using their trailer, going to Florida. I blow a motor 3 or 4 nights in. Zach pulls down their spare car, puts a new motor in it, puts a new motor in my car, and like they helped me a ton. So they've been a huge asset to us as well. They're great people. Four Oaks, he's been with me for a long time. Ground Control Lawn and Landscape, Jim Holmes, Carbright, Tim with All Guy Racing Shocks. He's done our shocks for ever since we've been in the elite car. He's done our shocks, and he's been great to work with. And we'll be back with him again this year too. So.
Awesome. Well, congratulations on a great season. We need to move on now. We have Tony Anderson, the Superstock champ, trying to call in. So,
All right.
Congratulations, man. Great talking to you.
Yep. Thank you, guys.
Congratulations on a great year.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yep. There you go. Clayton Bryant, your, I don't know why we're still small. There we are. You're a 2025 modified champion there at Montpelier Speedway. Real quick before we get to Tony, whether it's late model modified or street stock, every body part counts. That's why you should choose Dominator Race Products, the go-to source for hood scoops, roofs, wheel covers, nose and tail components, body fasteners, and more, all engineered tough for the track. Their ultimate body panels and spoilers were put to the test at the Gateway Dirt Nationals a couple weekends ago. Order online anytime from DominatorRaceProducts.com or visit your local reputable race shops, such as Ron Miller Race Cars, or any of the 5 other ones you mentioned.
Aforementioned, yeah.
Or you can call them directly, 419-923-6970 for quality parts that keep you dominating the racing field. Trust Dominator Race Products. The 50th season at Oakshade Raceway has completed. Oakshade Raceway would like to thank all the drivers, crews, and fans that supported them this season. The Oakshade Raceway. They're already working on their 2026 race season with a few dates already posted, and I did get a call confirming the season opener. It is not going to be the final Saturday in April.
I knew that.
Yeah, well, I found out. Is that why I found out?
I wasn't supposed to tell you.
What is it? Is it May 2nd, I think it is? That first Saturday in May. Is going to be the Bill Reckner Memorial. That will be the opener this year.
And no late models that day.
And no late, just like the normal Bill Reckner Memorial. Just Sportsman, I don't know. Is DCR still sponsoring Sportsman this year? I don't even know that. But Sportsman, Superstocks, and Compacts.
Right.
That opening day. And then there's a couple other dates already posted at oakshaderaceway.com, which you can check out. More will be coming soon.
And I think we can safely assume that the late models will be there the second Saturday in May.
I would assume that. That would be my assumption. So, Oakshade Raceway where the fastest meets race. And now let's call Tony back. He called us a couple times.
Should have him on redial.
He's right here. So let's hopefully he's bowling tonight. So that's why we're getting him on the phone. So hopefully we're not getting him at a bad time here. We'll find out, though, I guess. Tony's another.
Hello.
One. Hey, is this Tony?
Yep.
Hey, did we get you at a good time? Are you bowling right now?
I was just walking up to lanes. They hollered at me. My phone was ringing, so we are good, brother.
Okay, we got a couple. We'll try and keep it quick here.
No problem.
Congratulations again on another championship here. You got the Superstock Championship at Montpelier. How many championships does this make for you, and how many different tracks now do you have championships?
This is championship number 32.
Oh, my.
Wow.
And this is the 5th track.
Okay. Is this your first one at Montpelier then?
No, I've gotten a few of them at Montpelier in both the mod and the Superstock.
I was talking to Ron earlier about my one heat race win that I had there, and you were in that heat race, and I beat you. So I beat a multi-time champion.
A 32.
I'll tell you what, I remember that race. That was a hell of a race. You had a guy on the bottom, I think the 55 car. You were up top, and I was trying to make it 3 wide in the middle the whole race. That was a good race. That was fun times.
That was fun. Yeah, and I had no idea what my car would do because I had to throw in about 200 pounds of weight, and I just bolted it wherever I could, so I just had no idea what the car would do. But anyways, let's talk about you.
Apparently you bolted it in the right place.
I guess so. Well, I saved the clamp, so they're going to stay there. But
there you go.
So the championship, you were 7 points behind Headley going into the final event. With so many championships, I mean, it probably doesn't get in your head, I would guess, at this point anymore, or play head games. You just kind of know what to do, right?
Yeah, I'll be honest with you. I mean, at this point in stage in my career, I'm racing for the love of racing because I love to drive race cars. So the championships and the race wins are awesome, but if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. So honestly, I feel like there's so much less pressure on me now than there was 10 years ago. And I think that I think that helps me in the long run. I went in that last race, and we were I was the sixth quickest overall, and the quickest time was only 3.5 tenths faster than me. How tight it was in qualifying, and we knew that in the heat race we had a good car. And when I seen James had some troubles under one of those cautions in the feature, I drew the highest redraw number in the barrel, if you can imagine that. That's my style for the feature. So we started back, fourth row, whatever, but I was up to fourth and I was charging for third. And when I seen that happen, I backed off the gas stand and said, you know what? I'm good right here. Let's him make up the spots, take the pressure off me. And it worked out for us. So
that's experience racing.
I think so. Yeah. I think that helps me. I'm very rarely the fastest guy out there, but a lot of times I'm the smartest, especially when we get on them slick tracks.
So where in the 30-plus championships does this latest one rank for you?
This one was a good one because I'll tell you, the super stocks over there, and you can attest to this, they're pretty fast. I mean, that last month of racing, it went from six to 8 good, fast cars up front to there's probably 15 really good cars there out of the 36 or 34 that were there. And to be able to go out there, let's be honest, a race like that shouldn't be a points race. You're bringing all the outsiders in. There's no other tracks running.
Yeah.
And I don't blame them for that. They set the rule at the beginning of it. It's going to be a points race, and they stuck to it, and I can appreciate that. But for us to survive in that deal, in that atmosphere, that's just a testament to my team. They do their homework during the week. My car is very rarely DNF, and sometimes the driver loses a couple of McNuggets behind the wheel and has to make up for it. And my guys tolerate that. I'm very appreciative of that.
Well, you were very consistent this year. 8 of 9 top 5 finishers, all of your finishes in the top 10. What does it take to run that consistently at a track like Montpelier?
You got to put the brain helmet on instead of the balls helmet. That's what you got to do. My one race that was not top 5, I remember distinctly. I got rocked in the heat race on the first lap, and we came back and finished third in heat race, but the car was messed up. And in the feature on lap 4, on lap 8, I broke a left rear axle.
Oh.
So instead of pulling it in the center, I milked it around the racetrack. Still finished, I think it was 7th or 6th, wherever it was my worst finish. And I got the leaders finally caught me on the last 2 laps, but there were so many other cars lapped that we were able still to hang on to the top 10. And it's races like that win you the championships at the end of the year. You just don't give up. I may have looked like a punk in Boys Town out there, but hey, we got it done. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Have you been running the mod this year? Yeah, you were. I saw you finish top 10 in points in the mod. Does that extra track time, I guess, so to speak, does that give you maybe a little bit of an advantage in the super stock then?
Well, honestly, I think it's a disadvantage. I'll tell you why. Especially tracks like Lima, some of their tracks where I triple duty when I drive Andy King's dirt truck. The communication with the crew when I get out of one car and the other, that's where it hurts me. Physically, I can drive these cars, and sometimes you go out in the first car and it's like, hey, I got to remember that hole's there in one, and you know that already versus your first couple laps and you hear it here, and the other guys haven't been on the track yet. But I think it's kind of a downfall because I'll jump out of one, I'll jump in the other, I'll jump out of that, jump in the third one, and by the time I get back to the other one, it's like, oh man, we should have done this. But just lack of communication, I think, actually is a disadvantage.
All right. So what are your plans for next year? More of the same?
Well, we've made some wholesale changes since August.
Okay.
Guys helped us buy a modified, to use modified. It's an elite car. I ran the last 2 races at Montpelier. We really liked it. And we sold the other super stock I've had other drivers in, my old car. So we're concentrating on what we're doing. The tracks have opened up the rules a little bit in the supers with the quick changes and the aluminum heads. So we're making some changes, I think, for the better there. But we we're pretty sure as of tonight we probably have our 3-link mod sold. So this will be the first time in 13 years I've got just my cars, 2 mods and a super stock. And we're making some ground up on the engine program. The last 2 years of my modified, I've really been hurting on the engines. We're making some ground on that. To be honest with you, I feel like 2026 might be one of my better years coming up because I think we're going to come out swinging, guns loaded.
Not a lot of guys can say they downsized to having only 3 cars now.
Yeah. Tony,
I love the fact that we put other people in modifieds and stock cars over the years. We've supported other teams. We've done our part to support racing as a whole. Mm. But, at this point in time, the career with the prices jacked up like they are, and especially engines and stuff like that, I think this is a better move for us, and I'm not going to show up every week and dominate. That's never going to happen. But one thing I can do is run consistent enough to keep winning championships and keep our car running up front and make enough money on Friday to race on Saturday and so forth. And I think we're going to make up for some lost time this next season.
So look out for another run at the championship, maybe in both classes.
I think so. I'm telling you, this motor program last 2.5 months has really stepped up big down. I'd say from a 3 to about an 8.
Oh,
so we're pretty excited.
Yeah, Tony, you mentioned the rules. Yeah. You mentioned some rules changes. What are your thoughts on those?
I agree. Okay, so I've got 2 rods in my right leg, 4 plates, and 12 screws over a 9-inch forward locking up years and years ago. I've never seen a quick change do that. I think the quick change is more durable, a little bit more expensive initially, but the gears are cheaper, they're safer, they're easier to change.
Yep.
I think it's a great move. I also like the aluminum head move. I'll tell you why, because these cast iron heads, you overheat a motor a few times, or God forbid you burn a piston. These heads are hard to fix, a lot of times junk. They're just as expensive. And the aluminum heads, as long as the 23-degree stuff is policed, I'm all for it. I think it's a great idea.
And it seems,
go ahead. As far as these ignition systems, yeah, we should have lost these HEIs about 8 years ago.
Yeah, I was just going to say it seems to be.
I'm all for all the rule changes. I think it's a good thing. We've had to buy a few things extra to keep up with the Joneses. And, don't get me wrong, with 58 pounds in front of the firewall, there's not a big weight advantage and there's not a big power advantage because most people that run cast iron cylinder heads, their Ford didn't work on anyway. But it's just a matter of if I damage this motor, I don't run a $high motor in my car. So a lot of times I break motors more than the average person because I'm trying to make a $6,500 engine run like a $15,000 engine.
Right.
And when that happens, now I feel that'll help my pocketbook. I can repair these heads instead of have to replace them.
Yeah, I know how that goes.
Mm-hmm.
At
I bet you do. I think that last race. That last race, I seen a little cloud. Yep, I remember that.
Anyways, what I was going to say was it seems like there seems to be an effort, at least in this region, kind of where some of the super stock kind of rules are kind of coming together for some of the tracks. There's
right
a little bit. Hopefully, it keeps going in that direction. Maybe at some point there'll be just one common set of rules across the board there, which I think will help out.
I agree with that. All from my track, I was legal to run at. I tried to run that Showdown series a couple of years. I totally changed everything on my car that I had to that first year. Still still had fussiness with the hood scoop and this and that. You know what? If we could all get on the same page, I think it'd make it better for everybody.
There you go. Amen.
And that's the main reason I didn't mess with that series this past year. I didn't want to change everything on the car. I just don't want to. It's not a money thing. It's not a performance thing. It's a pain in the butt. When you have to work full time, and you have to go home and rebuild your bathroom for your wife, and then you make all these changes on the car. You know what I mean? Come on now.
Do you have any sponsors or any team members you want to thank for helping you out this year?
Oh man, all my sponsors. I've had most of my sponsors for so long. Texas Roadhouse and Web Insurance and Mid American Cleaning and Lehman Funeral Home Services, Quality Mechanical, Burden Construction. I don't have a list in front of me. My crew, Ron Bounds and Keith mare, and my longtime 21-year crew member, Neil Sterling, and all these guys, really. Jerry Webster come on board 2 years ago, asked me to join our team. He's the brains behind the deal right now because he has kicked more stuff out of my shop the last 8 weeks, wholesaling on the market, just to clean house and restructure. Nobody's ever been able to get me to quit pack ratting as much as he has, and I think that alone is really going to help us. He's he's working on some things on these cars. He's got a lot bigger brain than I do, and I feel like I can drive the wheels off anything. I just need some help keeping up with the new technology and the setup stuff. I think he's a big answer to that. So I'd like to thank my crew, any sponsors I haven't mentioned, but I'm blessed to have tons of sponsors, tons of backing. We still get tons of fans that follow us to these tracks and support us. And I had fans stepped up this year really that wanted to help us with the motor program. I'm just blessed to be around all that, and I couldn't ask for a better atmosphere.
Well, Tony, congratulations again on another championship for you. Looking forward to seeing what next year brings with that upgraded, I guess, motor program that you got going there, and a little bit more focused.
I appreciate that, and I got to tell you, I'm up to 409 feet to wins. I'm looking for that 420 mark this year. I'm going to be a little greedy.
There you go.
So we're going to see how close we can get that. I bowled my fourth 300 4 weeks ago in my career, so I'm looking to capitalize on that. In fact, right now I think I have a 148 in the seventh, so I'm doing pretty good when I get back out there.
There you go.
Well, hopefully have another game because it'll be a 300 because you go on and win, right?
Yeah,
you've been on the show, right?
He's got to be just in the second game right now. So yeah.
So you got
I'm in the second game.
You got your third game to get the 300.
Yep, that's coming up for you.
Sounds good to me. Bring it on. Let's do it again. That'll be my fifth one.
There you go.
All right, Tony. Hopefully I get a chance to run against you again next year. That'll be fun as hell.
Sounds great, man. I appreciate it. And then hats off to all the racers and the racer wives and moms and dads and kids that put up with all this out there. I hope everybody has a Merry Christmas.
Tony Anderson, thanks a lot, my friend.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate you.
Bye.
Bye.
There you go. Tony Anderson, your super stock champion there at Montpelier Speedway. And coming up next is scheduled to be Ervin Turner, who is not standing by just yet. So we're going to move ahead and fill some time. Hopefully he joins us here within the next couple minutes. In the meantime, should we do some news?
Sure.
There's a lot of news to get to. Here, I'm going to let you start out the news. I'm going to text.
Okay.
Right at the top of the page there. Hold on. Before you start the news, let me make it official. Ready?
Latest racing news.
One where we start out with the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series and the World of Outlaws are set to face off next season on June 10th at an unsanctioned event at Muskingum County Speedway in Zanesville, Ohio, tentatively paying $20,000 to win. The Shale Crescent Dirt Cup, okay, not sure who that is, presented by Ohio Natural Energy Foundation. Yeah. It's modeled on the Ryder Cup. Okay.
This is from Dave. That's Dave's stuff there.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
All right. The team that has the most points at the season at the end of the weekend wins. Okay.
I think that's between the Lucas Oil and the World of Outlaw guys.
Okay, very good. All the Lucas Oil Dirt Late Model Series banquet on Friday night. It was announced that the series will return to a traditional points system, and that's been a big thing, Scott. They were trying to replicate NASCAR.
Yeah.
There will not be a playoff system, so it's going to be just regular go race.
Old-fashioned points.
That's it.
I think Davenport was very happy with that kind of a deal.
Real American Beer and World of Outlaws have severed their ties. It's believed that Real American Beer has had financial issues since its co-owner, Hulk Hogan, passed away earlier this year. The series is actively seeking a new title sponsor. maybe Hammer Down Racing Report.
They have Dirt Vision. They kind of rebranded the website with Dirt Vision on it. It's like, I think it's by Dirt Vision or something like that.
Oh, okay.
So I'm not sure if they're the title spot. They're kind of like all the same entity. So it's probably a temporary one until they get one that actually pays some money.
This sprint car wheel, that was in Australia, wasn't it, Scott?
Yeah.
Yeah, a sprint car wheel flew over the
fencing.
Safety fencing in the C main at
Yeah, it's not as easy, is it?
Avalon Raceway.
Avalon, that's what it was.
Yeah. It bounced over the trackside fencing and into the busy spectator area. There were no significant injuries, but one person was treated at the first aid room. And
did you see the video of that?
I did. The racing went on.
Yeah.
And he was back
crazy.
watching. Toledo Speedway put out their 2026 racing schedule last Friday on social media. The season kicks off with the 2026 Opening Day Classic with CRA Jags All-Stars, the 350 Outlaw Super Modifieds. That's the first time back for the Supers in a few years. That's a big deal.
And those guys fly around that track.
Yes, they do. Factory Stocks and Limited Sportsman on April 18th, and wraps up with the All-Stars Speed Fest on 10/3. Wow.
Yeah.
That's a pretty
October
big
3rd.
season for them.
Well, there's only, 7 races, I think, in there, though.
Yeah.
And the ARCA race has been back to its traditional date in middle of May.
Right. CRA Champion Racing Association has announced the long-running CRA Jags All-Star Tour will undergo a major rebranding ahead of the 2026 season. Beginning this year, the series will compete under its new official name, Turn 1 CRA Pro Series, on a multi-year deal. Have we heard anything from our next guest?
No, I've been trying to get a hold of him there.
Okay. Flat Rock Speedway also released its 2026 season schedule on social media, and kicking off on Saturday, May 2nd, with Outlaw Super Late Model, Super Stocks, and Figure Eights. The season will conclude with a school bus Figure Eight show on September 5th, and includes Street Stocks, Figure Eights, both Figure Eight. 18 races are on the docket for that night. Oh,
no,
Scott.
that's for the season.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, those are my notes.
Okay. Yeah, you're confusing. Eldora Speedway announced this week that their 2026 schedule, all Crown Jewel events will return with the Dirt Late Model Dream, the World 100, the King's Royal. All ticket prices remain unchanged for 26. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Being in the racing business, I know a lot of companies have announced price increases, so not increasing the prices, that's impressive. Open Wheel, where are we here? Open Wheel Racing graduate and former guest Jade Advasian will join Nitro Motorsports for a partial schedule in the ARCA Menard Series next season, driving a Toyota Camry supported by Mobil 1 and Yahoo. The move sparks another significant step forward in Advasian's career.
Now I can't say it.
Advasian.
Jade Advasian. Whatever.
Yeah.
I knew it before. Now you said it weird. I can't say it right.
She's established herself as
She's
one
on
of the
this
most Toyota.
Nitro Racing. That's the same team that Robusto's running full time on next year.
Oh, wow. That's pretty cool.
Did you want me to take over? Or do you want to keep going? You're doing fine.
Breaking news.
yeah, we already talked about
already
that,
covered
yeah.
about the Greg Biffle thing.
Yeah. John Deere is just asking, has anybody heard anything about Greg Biffle? Yeah, if you missed it, beginning of the show, Biffle and his family were killed in that plane crash at Statesville, North Carolina, earlier this morning.
All I'm seeing here are notes, Scott.
Yep, that's it. That's it for the news.
Okay.
That was a lot of news, but yeah,
it
that's all I
was
had.
for off season.
All All right, I got Ervin now. He's not very computer savvy, he says. So,
Okay.
We'll just see if he can call in then. Put the number.
Scott, it has been neither confirmed nor denied by the parties involved that IHRA is trying to purchase a major Ohio drag race facility.
Okay.
Norwalk Dragway.
I was gonna say,
Yes.
Norwalk's about all I know. All right.
Yeah.
I think we got finally tracked down Ervin here.
Okay.
All right. We'll find out. Hammer Down Racer Report.
Hello.
Hey, is this
It's
Ervin? Ervin? All right.
Yes.
Hey, finally got you. Congratulations on the Street Stock Championship there at Montpelier.
Thank you.
Other than the Hornets going into that final night, I'm sorry, I had to shift through my notes and get back to you here. You had the largest point advantage going into the final night for championships. Other than the Hornets, you had a 26-point advantage. What were your thoughts?
I just had to be there.
You just had to be there, so no real stress or anything for you then?
No, I like I said, he could have only gained like 20 points that night had I got last and he finished and he won the championships or he won the race. So he couldn't beat me if I started a race.
Well, that's got to take some of the pressure off then going out there in that final night.
Absolutely.
So you ended up with a 21-point lead in the championship over Caleb Hinckley. After starting in the pole, you slipped back to finish 7th. I guess you were probably just going for the win then, since you had already the championship wrapped up, right?
Oh yeah, for sure. And I had some issues that the guys were mixing it up in front of me, and they had to come in there and slip in front of me, and I checked up, and a guy got underneath the back of my car, and I didn't know what was going on, so it ended up all right. I was happy with it. So
you slipped back and ended up 7th, but you got the championship. Is this your first championship then?
No, I've won about 12 or 13 of them.
We always ask our champions if you went into the season thinking that you were going to at least contend for the championship.
Yes, I went in with all intentions of running for the championship. You know, I finished every race. I won more races than anybody in our class, and I always finished up front. So some of our folks until mid-season hadn't even considered it. Just wondering.
A lot of the people we talk to, they kind of like they kind of fall into the championship. Like, I'm doing good in the points. It's second half of the season. I might as well go for it. But you went into the beginning of the season thinking, I'm going for the championship.
I can do this,
and ended up doing it.
100%. Yes, I had all intentions of running Montpelier all year. So, and I always run for the championship if I'm going to run that place every year. So.
How much do you like Montpelier? I love running that track myself, but I mean, how much do you enjoy racing at Montpelier?
It's my favorite track. I love Montpelier, and the guy that's running it now is doing a phenomenal job. He's doing really good. So
Mr. Sutter was listening earlier. I'm not sure if he's still on, but
wow.
he'll appreciate that. Yeah. Little brown nosing there, but you had a consistent season. 3 wins, 8 of the 10.
4 wins.
4 wins. Okay. Then my race pass was wrong. Then I'm not. Now I'm questioning the rest of my stats here. I have 8 of 10 races were top 5s, and only 1 finished worse than 10th. Is that correct?
That's right.
So what?
And I was actually leading that race and got taken out on a restart.
So I was going to ask what happened on that night that you didn't finish at the top 10.
Yep, I was leading the feature and got taken out on a restart.
So what happened? Was it intentional? Give us the dirt.
I feel like it was intentional. Yeah. I went in turn 1. The guy went in there wide open on the bottom, right where I was at, and just hit me and spun me around. So, and at that point, I'm just trying to finish the race.
Gotcha. Were you able to finish then?
Oh yeah, I finished every race.
Gotcha. So, which of those 4 wins from this past season at Montpelier stands out the most to you?
Well, probably the race that I put on.
Okay.
Yep.
Which one was that?
Yeah, Street Stock Rumble.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
I didn't realize
Yep,
that you had put that on. I think I was there that night.
Yeah, I go out and get all the sponsors. Ryan stepped up. The track, he stepped up good and put extra money in it. And I went out and got all the sponsors to do it. And I do it every year somewhere. So
and then you got to you got to keep all the money then, right?
I didn't get to keep all the money, but it's not the winner don't get all the money in my races. My races is paid all the way down. It paid like $1,200 to win, but 8 for second, 7 for third, 6, 555, 454. It paid good all the way through, and $200 to start. And Ryan had the idea of throwing in $200 for a provisional. So if one of our guys that was running in the points and didn't make the show, he also got in on a provisional, and that worked out. The guy ended up 10th in points, and he got in. So it worked out really good. I liked it.
So and we've talked about kind of top heavy payouts in the past, where some races will say they're paying $100,000 to win, but second place will get $10 or something.
Sure.
Do you prefer having the pay spread out more back down through the field then?
I do. On my races, I do, especially because I want it's for all the guys. Everybody's raced there all year deserves to get some of the money. And sometimes some of the drivers will step up and go out and get some sponsors and help me and this and that. And so I try to do it to make where all the drivers do good that night. So
will
I don't want. I could have. It could have been 9,000 to win and 200 per second. I mean that's. To me, if you advertise, paying good all the way through, it should draw more cars.
Absolutely. So will there be a Street Stock Rumble next year?
I'm actually going to do it. I'm going to do it again this year, and it'll be for the Super Stocks.
Hey, I like the sound of that.
Yep, it'll be for the Super Stocks, and I'm having a new one built. Lee Hobbs builds my cars, Hobbs chassis, and I got a new one being built.
So do we have a date for that yet?
Ryan's got it. It's in the 8th month, like in his 20th or something, maybe 22nd.
Okay. All right, we'll dig for that to get the official date on that. But that's
if Ryan's still in the audience, maybe he can punch it up for us.
There you go. Put it in the comments there, Ryan. So what are your plans then for next season?
I'm going. I still got my street stock. Okay. I'm going to run some street stock races. I don't know how many, but I'm set out to run for the super stocks. If my car's not, yeah. Oh yeah, I've won the super stock championship several times too. So.
Okay, so you're going for the super stock championship then?
Absolutely.
Tony, we just talked to Tony a little bit ago. He said he's stepping up his motor program. He's went from a 3 to an 8, according to him. So he's pretty confident. How much confidence do you have in taking that championship away from him next year?
Well, no, I can't take nothing away from Tony Anderson. Tony Anderson, he's a good driver. He's got good equipment. I mean, things have to fall in place. Okay, I'm not taking nothing away from him. Todd Sherman runs his. I mean, there's a lot of good cars out there. Everything has to go good for you to win that. It's not. I'm not taking nothing away from Tony. He's the man to beat.
That he is. You're definitely not wrong. Ryan says August 22nd is the Rumble. Then is the date for that.
Yep.
So any sponsors or team members you want to thank for helping you out this season?
Yeah, I had Barry Bunker Chevrolet, R&R Transmission, Irv's Car Check, Hobbs Chassis. Just I can't even think of everybody, but that's the main ones. I really don't go out and chase a bunch of sponsors,
and except for when you're putting together the Rumble.
Yeah, when I put together the Rumble. Yep. And I've got several people that's done it every year. As a matter of fact, I won that trophy, and the guy that sponsors that race every year gives me $500 every year. I give him that trophy.
Nice.
Did you see the trophy?
I did not.
It's a big fire pit trophy. It's got all the big sponsors on it. and all the major sponsors get their name burnt in it, and the Street Stock Rumble and the Montpelier and everything. But it's awesome. It can cost $500 for the trophy.
Wow.
Jeez. That's awesome. So if there's any sponsors that are listening and they want to get become a part of this, what's the best way for them to get a hold of you?
They can get a hold of me or get a hold of Ryan, because I told Ryan I want to make it bigger this year.
Gotcha. So just get.
So they get a hold of the racetrack, and I just try to have everybody to make the checkout. If it's a business, make the checkout Business Speedway.
There you go.
So,
all right.
Yep.
Well, definitely looking forward to next year. Again, congratulations on the championship again this year, and a pleasure talking to you.
all right, thank you.
Yep. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. There you go. Ervin Turner, your street stock champion at Montpelier, and we have Josh Gamblin standing by. Before we get to him, got to pay one more bill here real quick. If you need wedding or event DJ, if you need a wedding or event DJ, if you need a DJ,
Or if you have to get married.
look no further than Magic Moment Entertainment. Magic Moment will make your event magical. Ron Burt brings decades of DJ experience, smooth planning, professional-grade entertainment to your big day. Mention the Hammer Down Racing Report and save $100 off your reception DJ service. Rest easy knowing there are no surprise charges, no fees for mileage or lighting, and full liability coverage included. That's no fees for mileage as long as you're within Ohio, Michigan, Indiana, or Kentucky. Magic Moment is here to make your event unforgettable. Give them a call, 419-594-2261, or connect with them on Facebook under Magic Moment Entertainment or Ohio Sports Blitz. And thanks to Ron Burt, he sent us each a card, Christmas card. So
Yeah.
Did you open yours?
I didn't,
Why didn't you open yours?
because we've been talking.
Oh,
It would be really rude for me to open my Christmas card.
put it right up in the mic and start making a bunch of noise there. How about we bring in our next guest here? Before we do that, just a teaser coming up. We have how many chance to win some Toledo Mobster hockey tickets
For this Saturday?
Yes, this Saturday.
Yeah.
I had to look.
I thought that's what you said last week. So.
This Saturday, they're playing the Worcester Bulls at the Ice House off of Lexus there in Toledo this weekend. And then for the next how many is going to be a game in January we're going to be giving away. And also, don't forget, hashtag DCR for a chance to win that Dale Cole Jr. T-shirt or diecast. We'll do that drawing at the end of the show. And then we have the Speedy Sponsors question of the week. We'll remind you at the end of the show about that. In the meantime, let's bring in our next guest, who we've made to wait far too long, Mr. Josh Gamblin. Congratulations on the championship.
Thank you, guys.
Hey, all right, we can hear you. Let me make Ron less big. I can't. There we go. Mouse got stuck there. All right.
Darn rookies.
Yeah, so you were the only driver. I guess Ervin kind of had the street stock thing wrapped up there, but you had it all sewed up as well, the championship going into the Monster Mash weekend. How much pressure did that take off of you, just being able to go out and race the final two nights?
It was it's definitely a relief when you can go in knowing that you don't even have to be there and the championship's already in your pocket. That we had some questions early on that my wife was pregnant. We had our second child during the race season, and she was born in September, which is very end of race season. We were worried we were going to miss some races there, but everything worked out in our favor. The baby came out pretty healthy, and we didn't actually. I think she was 4 days old, and I was at the racetrack, and Mom stayed home with the baby. But
I was going to say,
we had to go to
the baby was kind enough to be born midweek.
Right, correct, yep.
So, and I saw something that you may have not been feeling the best for the weekend of the Monster Mash.
Yeah, that I happened to be sick around that time, and I don't know, it just come on all of a sudden. It's kind of on the way to the racetrack. I got a really bad headache, and I'd taken some ibuprofen and stuff like that, trying to get it to go away. It just never went away all night. And ended up having I don't know if it was like flu-like symptoms or cold or whatever for the full next week after that. But that was, I guess, a bonus for us that we didn't have to perform extra well.
Was there any thought of maybe taking that weekend off, or were you determined to race?
Yeah, we definitely considered it, but the Monster Mashes are one of the biggest races of the season there at Montpelier, and I've always wanted that Skull Trophy. It's one I've tried several times, and I've come up short a lot, second a lot, many times. And there's one year I actually won one of the 2 nights of the Monster Mash, and I thought I was getting a Skull Trophy. It was when the previous owner had it before Ryan took over, and I guess they had a rain out earlier in the season. They rescheduled the first night as a Street Stock Rumble and not the Monster Mash, so I ended up not getting the Skull Trophy that year, the one time that I did win it. So it's just still on the bucket list, I guess.
Nice. So 4 wins. Hopefully my stats are right for you. 4 wins, 9 of 10 top 5s in total. Definitely a very consistent season for you. How hard is it to be that consistent?
It's consistency is just built around the shop. My dad was a multi-time track champion. I can't remember his exact number, but he was in the teens and the street stocks, and I helped him build his car, work on his car for a lot of years before I started racing, and just kind of learned how a championship caliber team operates. And it's just a lot of work in the garage to make sure the car is ready for the track. And the one, I've won, I think this was championship number 5 or 6, somewhere in that area now, in the Hornet cars. And it's just always consistency with the championship. It's not always the fastest car that wins, but you got to be there every night.
Right.
Exactly. So which of the 4 wins this year were most important to you?
I don't know. There's a couple actually. The one, the Mother's Day race, my wife, before we even went to the track, Ryan posted the trophies. They were rose trophies. The trophies had roses in the columns, and my wife had told me she wanted one of those pretty bad. And so I guess the pressure was on there to try to get her one of those Mother's Day trophies, and fortunate enough that we did get that one. And then later in the season, the Hornet Frenzy was obviously the biggest Hornet race of the season. I didn't really have expectations to win that, but everything just kind of fell our way. The car did really well, and got that win. Then the one right after my daughter, that was a special one too, because it was my mother-in-law had passed away, and it was her birthday also the same weekend, right after my daughter was born. So we always say that my mother-in-law helped us get that one.
So it sounds like all the wins were special to you. So
yeah, we had one this year that was just the normal week type win, but 3 of them were pretty special nights for us.
Well, props to you too for getting the right shirt tonight. Ryan Sutter noticed. So
yeah, we had a laugh earlier when we was on and seeing Clayton there having the Kokomo shirt on, and Ryan commented on it. We had to kind of laugh because I knew I had the Montpelier shirt on.
Okay, you didn't change real quick before?
No, we considered before the show started. I have the XR Woomba shirt. I had it picked out, and it's between the Montpelier shirt and not. And I figured since we were doing the Montpelier show, this would go better.
There you go. Did you have any setbacks this season that you had to overcome?
Yeah. When we started the season, we planned to run the XR Series Woomba, the 100,000 to win race that Kokomo had. I live in Kokomo, and actually, if I stand in my backyard, I can look across the field and see the scoring tower. So I'm like really close to the Kokomo Speedway, so that fell right in my lap. So we had to try that, and we started the season off wanting to win the championship at Montpelier, and then when the Woomba thing came about, I didn't know how that was going to throw a wrench in that plan, but that worked out the way it should have. Everything went pretty well this season, other than we did lose a motor. That's the one time I didn't finish top 5 was a night that we were leading with 2 to go, and lost the motor going down the backstretch. So
that would count as a setback, I think. There.
Yep.
So what do you got on tap or planned for next season? Are you going to defend the championship at Montpelier, or you got XR things on your mind?
I'm not entirely sure yet. We haven't made 100% decisions. I've used this same car now for, I think it's going on its 5th year, and we've discussed building a new car. I would like to go to a lighter chassis. Mine's extra heavy. Like, I don't know, my car weighs almost 2,600 pounds with the driver. I think our rule's like 23, maybe somewhere in there. So I know it's extra heavy. I'd like to build a lighter model car, but that's, I don't know, a lot of extra money, and ours is doing really well. I hate getting rid of something that's winning.
So sticking in the Hornet class then.
Yeah, that's kind of where our budget's at. That I don't have a lot of sponsors that mean nothing really financially to help, and I just work a normal 8 to 5 type job. So we stick with what we can do. I did run a street stock for several years when I first started racing. That was one of Dad's old cars, and that class got more than I could afford, where I was buying tires every couple nights, and then they went to the Burt style transmission, and everything just got more than we could afford. And then I had my first kid, and after that, things just didn't have the money for it anymore.
Family first, definitely. Speaking of sponsors, what sponsors or team members would you like to thank?
Well, the sponsor's been with me the longest is Worldwide Jewelry and Pawn. I think it's been about 6 years maybe they've been with me, so they've helped me out every year. I got a friend of mine, his daughter has shaken baby syndrome. Jeff, his granddaughter, and he has custody of her. Her name's Lila. He always sponsors every year, wants to put the awareness for the shaken baby syndrome on the car. My boss at my job, City Tire, where I work at, he helps me out every year. It's not necessarily money-wise at City Tire, but I get to use the lifts at the shop to check out the car as needed through the week, and then any kind of used tires that come in, I can take my pick through those to help the car out. I got Backyard Bird, my cousin. He owns a landscaping business, and he sponsored me, giving me some money to help out there. Another racer we race with, Jeremiah Dunham. He wanted his name on a car that he thought was going to win. He asked me at the beginning of the season if I thought I could win, and I mean, we've done pretty well in the Hornets since we've been, so I told him that the odds were in his favor. So he went ahead and sponsored, and then we got a couple others. A friend of mine, Mike Talley, had a daughter that passed away got killed by a drunk driver. So he always wants to put the dads against drunk drivers thing. Jonesy's Lawn Care, he's another competitor that he come to me and told me that he liked my style of racing and stuff like that and wanted his name out there. So his name's on the car. And then obviously my mom, Teresa Piker, and my dad, Glenn Gamblin, they both helped me out to get where I'm going. And then obviously the family support is a big thing. I don't have a lot of crew help. I built the car myself.
Hello.
My son, Aiden.
Hi there.
Yeah, he's helped me out here and there. And then obviously the time it takes away from the family to be in the garage to get the car ready every week and to keep it running the way it does, especially on the time we lost the motor and the financial burden that puts on the family trying to get everything back together to keep our championship going.
A lot of good causes on that car. Do you find that winning championships, does the phone ring for you of people, sponsors interested in coming on to sponsor a championship car or driver?
No, generally not. We had one season back in 2018 where we did excellent. We run 24 races that season and won 18 of them out of 24. When we did that, that opened some eyes, and I had some people come to me and want their advertisement done from that. But that's like I don't know. I still think of that season as like a unicorn type season. Like it doesn't happen, but it all come together that year.
Incredible. What are your long-term racing goals? Do you have any thoughts of moving up to? Not
exactly. My son says he wants to race with me. He's 11 now, so he's got a couple more years. And I keep trying to get him into it with me, like to try to get him to work on the car. I don't want to be maintaining 2 cars. That's all I can do to keep up with mine. So I mean, obviously, it would help. But
I'm guessing that he might volunteer to substitute for you at some point.
Well, I'm sure that he would love that, and that's kind of how I got my start. That my dad was a racer, and I was at the racetrack with him every week. And they used to have mechanics races back then, and I signed up for a mechanics race without mom knowing. She didn't know that I was driving, and me and Dad and I were in the pits, and he's like, "Go run up there and enter your name real quick." So we entered, and we run that race. And I ended up second the first time I was ever in a car. So it was kind of adrenaline hooked from there.
So when did your mom find out that you were driving it?
When the announcer announced it, well, I think she realized once the car pulled onto the track, but the announcer announced my name. So that's what mom knew.
Did you get any flack afterwards?
Yeah, a little bit. Not too bad. That everything turned out well. We didn't crash the car, didn't wreck it. Said we ended up second, so she was pretty happy about it.
Awesome.
Has your son got any chance to run go-karts or anything, or just working around the shop?
Yeah, just working around the shop type things. All he's done so far. He has a 4-wheeler that he can drive. We're trying to get his coordination and everything going, but no actual racing yet.
Okay.
Well, it sounds like he's got a pretty good teacher there with, what you said, 5 championships now?
Yeah, it's between 5. I don't remember 5 or 6 somewhere there. I have the Montpelier was back and forth a few years between different owners and running partial seasons and stuff like that. So I don't know. I can't really count. I know I have 5 for sure, and one of them was kind of leading points when the season didn't run a full season type thing. So
That's got to be frustrating.
yeah, I mean, Montpelier has been our home track for a lot of years because Kokomo ran Hornets for a while, and we raced there obviously every chance we got. But then they got rid of the class when our car count got low. I think Sunday nights at Kokomo is a hard thing for the budget-minded racer to do. So I think that's why they had issues with there. But Kokomo got rid of the class, and Montpelier was our home track, so we ran there regularly. Had a couple other seasons we ran around. Like I won some races at Shady Hill, won some races at Daugherty Speedway. We won at Brownstown. We've taken the car lots of places and done really well. Just Montpelier is always home.
Awesome. Well, Josh, congratulations on another championship, getting the championship in the Hornets this year at Montpelier. Pleasure talking to you.
Thank you.
And good luck next year.
Absolutely. Yeah, and something we haven't really shared too much with our other guests, but our guests of our show typically go on to win their next event. So,
okay. All right.
So you're looking good for opening night next year, wherever right it's on. At. Yeah. All right. Well, we'll
keep us updated on how you're going.
Yep.
All right. We'll do. Thank you,
right, Josh.
Bye. There you go, Josh Gamblin, your 2025 Montpelier Hornet champion. There. We're on the wrong sides. There we go. Everything's good now. So that is your 4 champions from Montpelier Speedway. Ryan Sutter taking over ownership just this summer, announcing that, and I think he's doing a fine job with the facility.
Sure hear a lot of good things about the Speedway.
And I've always liked running that track.
Right.
It's unique with the banking as high as it is there. And I like that it's a small little bull ring. It's fun. We have no Hammer Down hotline this week, surprisingly.
Oh, no.
I know, it's sad. We're going out of 2025 without a Hammer Down hotline. If there's something on your mind you want to talk about, give it a call anytime, day or night, or you can text it, 419-318-3081.
Yeah.
Phone number's always open, and you got 3 weeks until our next show, so you can put something
You could
on
even
there if you
call
want.
during the show and,
You
and
could.
not interrupt us.
Yes, this is true. There you go. Time to play How Many, and to give away some Toledo Mobster tickets here. We'll do that real quick.
How many?
What was that?
I said, that's not play. That's serious.
That's serious. Yeah. Well, last week's How Many was a weather-related How Many because there wasn't much racing going on. How many inches of snow was I going to get here in Sylvania, Ohio on Saturday? Because there was a little clipper system moving through, and I don't know if you got anything, but we got 0.
Yeah, a little
I saw a couple
dusting.
flakes, but basically nothing. We got nothing, and we did have several folks that said 2 inches, which was the lowest.
Oh.
So we're going to have to spin the Toledo Mobster hockey puck to find out who is going to be the winner of a couple of tickets to see the Toledo Mobsters take on the Wooster Bulls this Saturday at the Ice House in Toledo. That game starts at 7:30 p.m. on Saturday, I do believe. So let's see who our 3 competitors are. We have a couple of Henrys and a Matt Swander.
Ooh.
Dean Henry, Don Henry, and Matt Swander. So here we go. Who's your pick? You got a 1 in 3 chance.
Matt hasn't won in a while.
I'm not sure that Matt's going to come all the way from Indiana, though, to watch the game.
Ooh, right on the line.
Oh, it's Don Henry. That was close. I wasn't sure who it was going to pick there. Don Henry, congratulations. You and a +1 will be on the guest list at the Ice House there off of Alexis near Lewis and Toledo for the Toledo Mobster hockey game. And I was talking to, I went to the game last weekend. I saw John Young was there.
Ooh.
So I know that Bill's trying to get racers out there.
Right.
And because John had asked, is it still $5 for racers? And so if you know the right people and you say the right things, you might get in for $5 if you mention the Hammer Down Race Bar. I can't say that's official yet, but you can try. if you don't. But Don, you get in free because you just won the tickets. So congratulations. Again, that game is for Saturday. So this week's How Many, and a chance, actually I guess it's the next How Many for going into next year because we won't find out who the winner is. Oh, and I forgot, last week we never did pick numbers. I even went back because I looked, I was like, I didn't write anything down. So I actually looked at that segment of the show last week. Somebody made a comment and we got distracted and we never did pick any numbers for the snow.
Okay.
So we didn't have an in studio winner here. But next week's How Many this is Christmas related.
Next week?
Well, next shows.
Yeah. Next year.
Yeah. The next show. How many racing related gifts will I receive on Christmas Day?
How many racing related gifts? Ooh.
Yeah, I don't even know what that's going to be. It could be 0 for all I know.
I don't know. If you got a calendar or anything,
It could be a calendar from Freeze Frame Photos. I don't know.
Yeah.
Do you want me to pick first? I'm going to go with 2. Like tools would count as a racing related gift. So anything that I would use or has to do with racing counts as a racing related gift.
Oh, your family knows that you are a dedicated racer. I'm going with 3, buddy. See,
You're one-upping me?
Chris Shanauer, he agrees.
He's got 3. All right. So I got, you said 3, I said 2. I better write that. See, this time I wrote it down.
Uh-oh.
Oh, Jamie says, hey, she may know something.
I think you've already lost, buddy.
I don't feel like I should answer. Here's another one. Yeah, so there you go. Go ahead and put your guess in the comments of the Facebook Live, YouTube Live, or Spotify. Now we'll do the comments on Spotify. So if you're listening to us not live and you're watching the video or listening to us on Spotify, you can do it right there in the comments on Spotify. So you don't have to find the YouTube video or whatever. But if you're listening to us on another platform, you can find us on Spotify or YouTube or somewhere. Put the comments in. If it's YouTube, Facebook, or Spotify, we'll count you in there.
Okay.
So did I cover everything? You said 3, I said 2, and that's it. And then, again, winner will get a pair of tickets to see the Toledo Mobsters take on the Summit City Distillers, again, which I figured out is Fort Wayne, Indiana. And that game will be on January 24th.
Oh, okay.
So that's in the next month since we're not going to have
our next show's
it's
not
going to be
January
until the 8th.
8th so.
Exactly. And that's actually a 4 o'clock game, so it's an earlier game, too, for that. Let's check out our final racing menu of 2025 before we wrap things up here. Where's my... Oh, there it is.
This weekend's racing menu.
Somebody hid the menu from me. Of course, we got the Rumble in Fort Wayne coming up this weekend.
Right.
So a lot of racing going on tomorrow and Saturday at the Allen County War Memorial Expo Center. The 600 non-winged micros, the winged 600 micros, midgets, and 15 classes of go-karts. Gates open at 11, racing at 11:15. And there's your card from
my Christmas card from Ron Bird, from DJ Ron.
Gates open at 11 a.m., racing at 11:15. General admission for that is $23, and that's actually the same schedule and rate for both days, for both Saturday and Friday. So $23 Friday, $23 Saturday. Gates open at 11 on Friday and Saturday. Racing starts at 11:15 on Friday and Saturday, which makes things easy. So that's nice. And here's sorry, I put my face in the camera. There's my nice card from Ron. So thank you, Ron Burt.
Mine's prettier than yours.
No, mine's prettier. I got a big snowflake.
No.
Look at that.
Mine's prettier.
It's shiny. Mine's got shiny. I guess yours does too.
Oh yeah, mine's gold. Ron always liked me.
Racers trying to outdo each other, huh?
Yeah.
Other events going on, and all these are down in Australia, and there's a lot of them going on. And I think some American racers might be down for some of these.
Boxing Day is a huge deal in Australia.
Speaking of that, that's in the second one here. But first off, Tires and More, Esperance Speedway on Saturday, the 20th of December. That's this Saturday. The AMCA State Title and Outlaw Karts will be racing. Perth has a lot going on. Perth Motorplex.
Yes, they do.
Perth starting Boxing Day, as you said, on Friday the 26th. Burson Auto Parts Boxing Day Bonanza featuring sprint cars, late models, and speed cars. And then I guess they're taking Saturday off because then they're back on Sunday, the 28th, with the High Limit International featuring the High Limit Series, sprint cars, and speed cars also in action on that Sunday, the 28th. Is that going to be on Flow?
Flow, I believe it. No, I know it is.
That's going to be a weird time. That'll be in the morning then.
Yeah.
That'll be like Saturday morning? Is that, right now it's Friday morning and it's Thursday night here. I can't. It hurts my head.
It'll be Friday morning.
Okay.
I mean, yeah.
Saturday morning.
Yeah.
It's Sunday in Australia. Now I'm so confused. Monday in Australia, the 29th, High Limit Series again in Formula 500s. And then Friday, January 2nd, it's USA versus Western Australia Speed Week featuring sprint cars, 360 sprint cars, and limited sprints. All that going on at Perth Motorplex. So a lot of racing there. Murray Bridge Speedway on Friday, the 26th, another Boxing Day thing with it's actually Sprint Car Speed Week Round 2 featuring sprint cars and mod lights. High Tech Toowoomba Speedway, they have a lot going on there too. Starting on Boxing Day, on Friday the 26th. It's the Boxing Day Spectacular featuring speed cars, 360 LS sprint cars, and Formula 500s. And then on Saturday, the 27th, it's the QLD Summer Speed Week. QLD, that stands for something.
Queensland.
That's what I thought. Summer Speed Week Round 2 featuring sprint cars, 360 LS sprint cars, and speed cars. Then they're back in action Tuesday, December 30th, with the Ian Botcher Classic featuring modified sedans and compacts. Back at it again New Year's Eve on Wednesday, the 31st, with super sedans and junior sedans. And then Wednesday, January 7th, Sprint Car Power Tour Round 2 featuring 360 LS Sprint Cars, Formula 500s, and Junior Formula 500s. And you can always watch this back if you need to take notes, because there's a lot. Like I said, we're off the next few weeks, so there's a lot of races we're covering here.
And you might want to check out Clay Per View, which is their streaming service, if you want to catch some of those races.
Yeah, and we're not done.
No.
We're not. Bunbury Speedway is going to be in action on January 1st, New Year's Day, with USA versus Western Australia Sprint Car Speed Week featuring sprint cars and limited sprint cars. Premier Speedway, also January 1st, Brant Sprint Car Speed Week featuring sprint cars and speed cars. And then Sunday, January 4th, wingless sprint cars, super sedans, and street stocks. Albany Speedway, Saturday, January 3rd, late models, production sedans, and junior sedans. And one more event here at Tires and More Esperance Speedway that I missed earlier. Saturday, January 3rd, the Legend Car title and KJB Junior Series. And then Thursday, January 8th, that'll be our next show, as a matter of fact. The SSA National Junior Sedan. But that'll actually be Wednesday morning. So we won't interfere with it because they're on a different side of the earth. That is your overloaded racing menu for the next few weeks for during the holidays.
So if you need a racing fix, you can probably catch some of those.
There you go. Last call for hashtag DCR to give away that Dale Cole Jr. T-shirt or diecast, your choice. He's got all sizes of T-shirts. Again, just the 3 colors to choose from: black, red, or blue. So we'll give you maybe a minute here if and we'll get caught up on some comments here. Hashtag DCR if you haven't put that in. John Deere says he believes Kyle Larson is there, probably for the High Limit Series. That would make sense. Mine's prettier. Chris Shaneauer was talking about the cards there.
Yeah.
I didn't realize you have Spotify. Yeah, we've been on Spotify for years.
Yeah.
Almost since the beginning.
You just can't. You couldn't.
We're not live on Spotify, but starting this year, Spotify just used to be audio, but starting at the beginning of this year, they now have video as well.
Right.
It's just not live. So it's actually just what you're watching now. If you're watching us live, this will be on Spotify in about an hour or two after we're done. So, all right, we stalled enough.
You're giving me a headache, Scott.
I know this is making things way too complicated. Let's give away the T-shirt here, or diecast, whichever you prefer. Let's pull up our giveaway tool. Got 15 entries. You have a 1 in 15 chance. So here we go.
Now, will they have to contact Dale Cole?
They will, yes. You'll have 3
Okay.
days. You have to contact Dale Cole. If you don't know how to get a hold of him, get a hold of us here. Send us a message at Hammer Down Racing Report, and I'll get you in contact with him. But you have 3 days. He wants to turn it around in 3 days. So these are his rules. Don't yell at me. Well, you can yell at me, but it ain't going to make any difference. And yes, I speak in incorrect English. So let's see who the winner is going to be. As we go through the names. Justin Gooden.
Yeah.
Congratulations. You are the winner of either a Dale Cole Jr. t-shirt or a diecast. Again, here's that diecast you can choose from. It was a special edition diecast he said he made that didn't quite turn out the way that he had expected. There it is. It's supposed to be like race used. Here, I'll blow it up so you can see it there. See, it's got like mud on it, Ron.
Well, it should.
Yeah, it looks like it's been out on the track. Except our logos, the thing that I have to complain about that, though, is if he's going to get that kind of mud on the nose of the car, it means he's behind people. He needs to be at the front of the pack. He needs to step it up. That's all I'm saying. So, Justin Gooden, you have 3 days to claim your T-shirt or diecast. If you have the T-shirt, you have your choice of those 3 colors, and any size is available. So, there you go. And that is about it, I think. Anything else? We're done for the year?
What are you doing New Year's Day, Scott?
Oh, yeah, I know. That was something I was thinking about just before the show. I'm like, usually this show is talking about what we're going to be doing on New Year's Day.
Scott, 23 years worth of doing those silly races.
My very first race as a car owner of any car. Well, no, I guess the celebrity races don't count, but as my own car was at Sandusky Speedway in 2013, I do believe.
Wow.
And I've been there almost every year since then. There was a couple years they didn't make it, but
yeah.
I don't know. I was thinking about that because it's one of those things like, New Year's Eve, I don't plan anything because, I'll stay up, watch the ball. Then I'm going to go to bed because I got to get up with crack ass of dawn and get to Sandusky in the morning to go racing.
Yeah.
And now, I don't know. It's like,
somebody told
I'm
me
lost.
Somebody told me that there's football games on New Year's Day, but
I think there was hockey games on New Year's Day too. Don't they have the outdoor game? Or
it's a rumor. I'm not sure.
I don't know what goes on New Year's Day anymore. I'm usually hanging out in the cold. I don't know. It's going to be just weird. And I was thinking about that. Have you heard anything from Thor as far as when they're going to make a decision on?
Only that they are deciding what the future of the Speedway is, how they're going to proceed.
Because if they're going to run it this year or next year, then they would probably have to start thinking about that sooner than later, would be my guess.
Yeah. I thought
this has just been a weird year altogether.
I thought it'd be a great retirement gig for Matt Crafton since he ran his last truck race. He could run the Speedway. Who would know better?
There you go. And he runs his dirt modified in the area a lot. So why not run an asphalt track?
His address is California, but I don't know.
It turned out how I wanted, just one of only 2 that I made. They're limited edition, those die-casts. So, Justin Gooden, if
that makes it very valuable.
You choose the die-cast, there you go. You got a one of only 2 ever made. Party at Hammer Down Racing Studios New Year's Eve. That seems kind of sad. I don't know that it'd be very exciting in here. Sure, come party in here. Watch your head, though. Ceiling's kind of low.
Yeah.
I don't know. What are you doing on New Year's Day?
Somebody told me that there's football games. I guess I'll have to find out. I'm a big football fan, so.
I'm a football fan, too.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah. If you feel like just a fish out of water, I guess. I don't know. Dave Gumby Jr., you're too late. Sorry, we already chose the DCR.
Dave.
Sorry, Davey.
Put it in again for the next show, next year.
Here, should we have a backup winner in case Justin doesn't claim his prize?
Yes.
Yes? Bonus for if you stuck around for us, just rambling on here. That's the wrong thing. Let's draw again. Now, this is only if Justin doesn't claim his prize. Christy Gamblin.
All right.
If she's still listening, I don't know. But Christy Gamblin, there you go. You are the first alternate, we'll say.
Works for me.
There you go. Justin says he's going to do the diecast. So sorry, sorry, Christy. Justin has already claimed it. He's going to do the diecast. I don't have Cole as a friend. Oh. Okay. Well, I'll get with Justin then and get that situated. So, what do you think? 2025 has been an interesting year. A lot of change in
we
the
survived,
industry.
Scott.
Yeah.
Both of us broke motors.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I didn't actually.
Somebody else broke your motor.
Dave Gumby Jr. did.
I don't know. It's been a weird transitionary kind of year.
Yeah.
Sandusky Speedway, a lot of deaths, a lot of people injured in sprint cars, race cars. Yeah.
It's a good year to forget.
Yeah, let's 2026 is going to be better, right?
You got it.
Okay, we'll go with that. Thanks to producer Dave for all he does. He does a lot of hard work. He gets us all the Australian stuff, among everything else. Also, thanks to John Young, Bob Stazak, and Matt Swander, who also contribute. Like us on Facebook, follow us on X at Hammer Report, follow us on YouTube, listen to us on your favorite podcasting platform, including Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. Check us out at hammerdownracereport.com. Make sure to rate and review us, too. And again, you can leave comments on Spotify, too, and your guess for how many from now on. And thanks to our sponsors. Support these guys, too. Oakshade Raceway, Ron Miller Race Cars, Magic Moment Entertainment, Dippin' Motorsports, Dominator Race Products, DCR Graphics, Freeze Frame Photos. Again, if you still need to get something last minute for Christmas, Ron Miller Race Cars gift certificates. You can get it Christmas Eve.
And I can get last-minute gifts. I can get things on Saturday, on Tuesday of next week. So,
and John, like I mentioned, you can try and mention the Hammer Down Racing Report and see if you can get that. I'm not guaranteeing you're going to get the discount, but I tried talking to Bill about that a little bit. So, and he seemed kind of receptive. But give him a call before you head on out there if you're really concerned about it and you don't want to pay full price for a ticket.
Yeah.
But
just say HDRR and they'll know what you're talking about.
There you go.
Hammer Down Racing Report.
Dave says no. I just made an observation hole to look at the crank.
That's it. All three.
Did you need that?
All three pieces of it.
I had that same problem. It's crazy. Again, a final reminder here for the Speedy Sponsors question of the week. So as soon as we're done here, head on over to speedysponsors.com to get the answer and put in your guess. You do both right there at speedysponsors.com. Who won the American Late Model Series feature event at Lima Land on June 27th of this year?
And even if you know, you've still got to go to speedysponsors.com.
Yeah. So once you go there, I'm even telling you where to find it. Go to Lima Land's profile on there, track profile. You can find the results. Full story, actually, on there. And then scroll down to the bottom of that page, click on the win link, and then it'll take you to a little form. Put your name in, put your email, and put your guess in. And then we'll pick from all the correct guests.
And you, too, can be a winner
of a Speedy Sponsor sticker. And I think that Scott wants to sweeten that pot a little bit going into next year, too. So we'll have some different changes next week. So, yeah. Again, we're off
till next year.
We're off Christmas. We're off New Year's, so it'll be January 8th.
Because they both fall on a Thursday.
Yeah, this is the first time we're taking a 2-week break in a long time.
Probably forget how to talk.
We're going to go through a draw. Sandusky Speedway withdrawal for the Hangover race,
buddy.
show withdrawal.
That's just not right.
It isn't. Thanks to our guests this week, Clayton, Tony, Ervin, and Josh, the Montpelier Speedway champions. Congratulations again on their championships. Hopefully the merch. I still need to get his shirt size, don't I, John? I'm sorry about that. I got to get with him on that. coming back with, I believe we're going to do Wayne County champions. And I did hear Kyle Moore responded to me this past week. He's like, I just saw your message. Sorry. From the Attica Championship show we did, back in October?
Yeah.
So I think he's on board for, he's like, I'll get, next
Wayne
time
County.
I'll get on. So hopefully we'll circle back with him because he's got the Wayne County Championship there for the late models. And again, that'll be our next show in January. And we're going to do a Sandusky Speedway Memories show, too. Kind of like we did the Bryan Motor Speedway thing.
Yeah.
This one's going to be a little more fresh, so to speak. So we'll get try and get Kevin J. Cox and all the guys involved with Sandusky sometime in January. So I think that's it. Are we done now? Can we go?
I think.
8:45. That's pretty long. I think we're done.
Well, we had 4 guests, so we kind of thought it might go long.
Well, yeah, we did, and we thought right. Who's to say that I was right? So, yeah, we'll see you in 3 weeks, Thursday, January 8th at 7 p.m. That is a wrap on show number 408 of the Hammer Down Racing Report.
You have been listening to the Hammer Down Racing Report, available on demand on iTunes, Google Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcasting platform.